welcome to the episode 6 of Let's Talk Cricket podcast. And I'm your host Devang, and joining with me are Tresnor, Raj, and Rahil. It's been 9 months since India has played an international match, and more than a fortnight since the last IPL final.
Yeah, most certainly it has been a long 9 months, and I'm sure that all the Indian fans are longing to see India play. And what better way to start it off against the Aussies? It's going to be a blockbuster.
Yes, indeed, it's going to be a blockbuster Friday with three international matches. After India versus Australia, you have the West Indies taking on the New Zealand and the South Africans taking on England. So it's also been more than a fortnight since the IPL final, and I've been watching a bit of the PSL, semi-final and the final on Eurosport. So, Raj, do you miss cricket after the IPL? What have you been doing?
I've been after IPL ended, it was like a drought, and I'm sure it was like a drought for all the cricket fans. So what I've been doing was I followed the PSL playoffs, and after that there was like literally no cricket. So after that I was just following up with the practice, not sessions as such, but whatever news about practice or whatever news comes up, cricket related news basically. And the last few days I've been just following the different comments that Australians are making in praise of Indian team, Virat Kohli, Indian batting and all that. So yeah, just that, because there is no cricket. I'm really excited for the India versus India's tour of Australia.
So we've been definitely seeing a different welcome by Australia this time. The players, the media, the coaches, not just praising Virat Kohli, but also praising our batting and also our pace attack. So, Rahil, it's really been different from the way Australia have been welcoming us before with their aggression and with their confidence of taking over India. But now it seems to be very different.
Yeah, because they don't want to trigger someone like Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is someone like he loves challenges, and if someone is aggressive against him or someone challenges him, he proves them wrong. He proves them by scoring back-to-back centuries. He's a lethal player. So, and Virat Kohli is a global figure, so it's good for marketing for the Australian media. And I think this year they are just trying to keep Virat Kohli calm and not try and they're not trying to they're trying to limit his aggressive attitude towards the game on the field. So that's what I feel.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to do something which New Zealand did and not triggering Virat. So yeah, let's move on to the Team India ODI squad for the tour of Australia. So we have Virat Kohli as the captain, then Shikhar Dhawan, Shubman Gill, KL Rahul is the vice captain and the wicket keeper. In absence of Rohit Sharma, and then you have Shreyas Iyer, Manish Pandey, Hardik Pandya, Mayank Agarwal, Ravindra Jadeja, Yuzvendra Chahal, Kuldeep Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, Navdeep Saini, and Shardul Thakur. So let's just talk about the probable 11 we think that India will be starting off with this series. So Raj, you want to talk about the batsmen you think India might play in the first ODI?
So yeah, obviously I think they would open with Dhawan and Mayank Agarwal. Their regular openers are Dhawan and Rohit Sharma. So that spot by Dhawan, he has done enough, and he has proved himself enough to uh, be the opener in the starting 11. I don't think I need to emphasize much on that. Now coming to why Mayank is chosen over say a Gill or Samson is because firstly Mayank has already been a part of the ODI squad. He was inducted into the ODI squad before all of them, and that was not just because of his present IPL performance and his domestic performances in the part, and the very fact that he was chosen in the Indian team before, he has to start before the other two. So I would choose these two as my openers. Then at number three, obviously, I don't think anyone has to guess this. It is Virat Kohli, and there is no need to explain that because he's Virat Kohli. He's at number three. At number four would be obviously Shreyas Iyer. India's number four in the ODI side has always been a worry, but Iyer over the last 1 year has shown promise. to fill that void which has not been filled since the time Yuvraj Singh has left the team. So many question his intent and his strike rate when it comes to T20, but for ODI I think it is just perfect. So and he has been doing great for India at number 4. So I think Iyer has to be at number 4. At number 5 will be KL Rahul, who will also be keeping wickets because there is he has done the job for India previously, and last time when Australia toured India and when India toured New Zealand for ODIs, he played at number 5, and while playing at number 5 he has scored in 4 innings 284 runs at an average of 142 and at a strike rate of 120. 120 strike rate in ODI, that too batting at number 5, and that too with an average of 142 is just brilliant. And so that settles number 5 and the wicketkeeper slot as well. And coming to number 6 would be the man who's making the comeback to the Indian team after an injury, that is Hardik Pandya. Yes, he won't be bowling, but Hardik Pandya has done enough and showed the world enough that he can be chosen as a batsman, and India can rely on him as a finisher as well. He has done it for India in the past. He has done it for Mumbai Indians, and he is capable of taking down any bowling attack. So at number 6 would be Hardik Pandya.
Yeah, now talking about the bowling attack, at number 7 we have Ravindra Jadeja. Jadeja's lower order batting is key for multiple reasons. Australia have a really good, batting depth, and India lacks in that department. So Jadeja is an absolute must. And none of the top 6 in the current lineup can bowl. Hardik won't be bowling, so Jadeja is the lone all rounder. But if he plays, it could leave India with just one spot for another frontline spinner. So who will it be? Kuldeep Yadav and Yuzvendra Chahal were key to Kohli's bowling plans in ODIs, but things have changed quite a bit lately. Kuldeep is no longer the first choice spinner at the Kolkata Knight Riders, for whom he featured in just a handful of matches this season, whereas Chahal has been exceptional yet again this IPL, and he will be Virat's go-to man to get a wicket. So yeah, at number 8 we have Chahal. Now India have spoken of the need to rotate their fast bowlers, and the two whose workloads will be most closely monitored are Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami. So at number 9 and number 10 we have Shami and Bumrah, and finally at number 11 we have Navdeep Saini, who is capable of some really great pace. The other pace option in the ODI squad is Shardul Thakur, but I feel that Saini will probably you know, get to play at least for the first few games. And yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see how India juggle the workloads of Bumrah, Shami, and Saini, especially given the low likelihood of Pandya bowling. So this is our playing 11.
So I think Rahil has some concerns, why India, what India needs to worry about in this series.
Yes, India does have a really good squad, no doubt. They have a really, a very good squad. But right now, since Hardik Pandya isn't bowling, he hasn't bowled a single over in IPL and wouldn't be bowling in this series too. The big concern is who's going to act as the sixth bowler into this side. They don't have any other part timer to bowl few overs or something. Virat Kohli, I think the last time when Virat Kohli bowled was 2016 T20 World Cup, and since then he hasn't bowled. So I don't know, who's going to act as a sixth bowler. Another thing is the selectors are just filling the Indian squad with openers. I think Mayank Agarwal and Shubman Gill are very good. I mean, talented players, but I think either one could have been dropped, and they could have chosen an all-rounder, or someone like Krunal Pandya or someone like Vijay Shankar could have been into the side, who can be handy with the ball. Because over the years, someone like Suresh Raina or even Kedar Jadhav have been given the ball and they have done well enough. They have been handy in the middle overs. So that's gonna be a big concern. And another thing is
why aren't selectors showing faith in Vijay Shankar right now? Vijay Shankar was chosen over Ambati Rayudu in the World Cup. He was given an opportunity directly in the World Cup. So why aren't they showing faith in him in this series? He should get opportunity. I think he's a very decent bowler. They said he offers a three-dimensional. He's a three-dimensional player. Why can't you all see that right now? So yeah, that's a big concern. If Hardik Pandya starts bowling, I think we have the perfect 11 right now. Another thing is, see, both your openers can't get injured. Since it's a 3-match series, you don't expect both of your openers to get injured and keep another optional openers. Another alternative, 2 openers in your squad. So even if your opener gets injured, we do have someone like KL Rahul, or worst case scenario, even Shreyas Iyer or Virat Kohli can open. So there is no need of getting so many openers into the side. So yeah, this is one thing I'm pretty much concerned about. Otherwise, I think the squad is very good. And another thing is, even someone like Kuldeep Yadav, can't get an opportunity because of this. If Hardik Pandya doesn't bowl, you can't just get Kuldeep Yadav. So that's a big concern, I feel.
Yeah, so now let's look at the Australian side for the one day against India. They'll be leading. It will be led by Aaron Finch, and Sean Abbott will be playing, making his comeback. Then Ashton Agar, Alex Carey, Pat Cummins, Cameron Green, Josh Hazelwood, Mose Enrique, Marnus Labuskakni, Glenn Maxwell, Daniel Sams, Steve Smith, Mitchell Stark, Marcus Stoinis, Matthew Wade, David Warner, Adam Zampa, and Andrew Tye. So now let's look at we won't be talking about Australian probable 11 for the ODI series, but we'll just move on to the key players, which we think will give you the 100%, will be the main go-to players for their teams. So Raj, who do you think will be the key players?
Firstly, of course, KL Rahul for India. Of course, Virat Kohli I'm not mentioning at all. I am mentioning, but I'm not going to explain why Virat Kohli is a key player. He would be hungry to score runs and to score his much awaited century, because he has not scored century for over a year, and I'm sure, as all of his fans, even he himself must be itching to score a century. Apart from him is obviously KL Rahul. He would be key for India, both because he's acting as a keeper, and secondly because he is their key middle order batsman. And as I already mentioned, he has batted for India at number 5 and scored 284 runs at an average of 142 and a strike rate of 120, which speaks volume. I know it is just a sample space of 4 games, but it was 3 of them came in New Zealand, and batting there wasn't easy for all the Indians. So he had been a standout performer over there, and he's coming from a very good IPL performance also. So KL Rahul will be the other player who will be key to India's success.
So I think obviously the main player for Australia will be Steve Smith, where he loves batting against India, doesn't he? The last 3 ODIs versus India, he scored 69 in the over at the World Cup last year, and then early this year, he scored a 98 at Rajkot and 131 at Bengaluru. He was also the leading run scorer in the last series versus India, when they came here in early this year, where in 2 innings he scored 229 runs with an average of 114.5, and he also has 150 and 1 century. So I think he'll be a tough batsman to bowl to the Indians, when our bowlers will be having a very tough time bowling against him.
Yeah, well, when it comes to the key bowlers for India, obviously, all eyes on Bumrah and Shami. But when it comes to the spinners, it's gonna be Yuzvendra Chahal, because he's always been India's go-to bowler to get a wicket. And let's take a look at the stats. So in 7 ODI appearances against Australia, The leg spinner has taken 2 or more wickets in 4 of those matches. And also, last year, Yuzvendra Chahal registered his ODI's best bowling figures of 6 for 42 against Australia at Melbourne. And taking a look at this year itself, in the IPL 2020, Chahal was the only spinner to feature amongst the top 5 wicket takers of the season with 21 wickets. So he's in pretty good form, and obviously, he's a really smart bowler, and he's definitely a key player to watch out for.
And as Tresna rightly pointed out about Chahal being a good leg spinner and a key player for India, likewise his contemporary in the Australian side, that is Adam Zampa, who was also his teammate in RCB, will be a key bowler for Australia. He has had a very good record against India in the ODIs. He has bowled against India 13 times and picked 20 wickets at an economy rate of 5.72 and an average of 35. And especially his great track record against Virat Kohli will be a key factor for Australia, which they will try to exploit. So in ODIs, he has bowled to Virat Kohli 9 times, and Virat Kohli has been dismissed 5 times. So usually Virat Kohli is such batsman whose wicket every opponent side would want to pick. And when you have a bowler who has such a tremendous record against him, you would always want to exploit that and get rid of Virat Kohli as soon as possible before he gets his momentum and starts scoring big. When then becomes impossible to stop him. So if you have a player like Zampa who can get him early, then it is a great thing for Australia. And not only that, not only Kohli, even for others, he will be a key player to their side.
I think for me, the key player will be Jasprit Bumrah. Jasprit Bumrah has to lead from the front with Mohammad Shami on the other hand. Jasprit Bumrah is someone, every team wants someone like Jasprit Bumrah into their squad. He's one of the best bowlers in the world, and the Australians will be very careful against him. Wouldn't try to attack him. This is what I feel. So even if he's not getting wickets this series, he's going to be very economical, and most importantly, he's going to be very effective in the death overs. So someone like Shami, even if someone like Shami finishes overs and Navdeep Saini, kind of let's just say if he panics in the last few overs, someone like Jasprit Bumrah can just just come up there and step up as a main lead bowler in the depth and finish things off for India. So he's going to be a player to he's going to be a main player for India.
So this much awaited series will be starting on the 27th of November at 9:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time, and we will soon be joining you all right after the ODI series. And you can follow our Instagram handle, Let's Talk Cricket Podcast, and also like, share, and subscribe podcasts on YouTube, and also listen to our podcast on Spotify. Till then, stay safe and cheers.